Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you how to make GIFs. It's really quite simple. There you can see I already have some frames from the new Battlefront game, and we see Darth Vader right here. So we're going to take this first frame and go ahead and drag and drop it into Photoshop. And here's our frame. So in order to make a GIF, you want to go over to Window and check Animation. Brings you down this animation bar right here. So now we're going to go ahead and select the rest of the frames. Go on ahead and drag those in too. There we go. And just hit enter and they'll all load up. And just give it a second there, okay? And I like to go ahead and select all these guys right here that I dragged in and go ahead and rasterize them. This makes it easier to work with. So I have all my frames right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn off the visibility of the background, because sometimes when you drag them in, they're not completely on top of one another. Sometimes they're off. As you can see over here, we have this little bit of empty space just because these frames are off. So we're just going to go ahead and slide those over, and there you go. We'll bring this one back up. Okay, and now we'll go down to this little pull down tab right here and make frames from layers. There we go. And here are all our frames. We're going to go ahead and put play on this. And as you can see, it all lines up pretty nicely. That's a little slower just because, you know, right here this is it's a bigger than, or to preview it on a smaller scale. So for most of these, I've noticed that, you know, when you go to play them, it just runs really quickly out of the program. Like if you opened it in QuickTime, for example, it just kind of goes really quickly. Can't really see what's what. So go ahead and shift and select all these. Go down to where it says 0 seconds here and select the time delay. Now for most of it, I've noticed that 0.04 will give you a nice, smooth, real-time looking transition between all the frames. Of course, you can go ahead and play around with that, different speeds, if you like it faster, if you like it slower. So now we're going to go over here to File and Save for web devices, or you can use the shortcut Alt-Shift-Control-S. So let's click that, and here is our menu for just generally tweaking the picture and saving GIFs. So right now I see we're at 10 megs. Now since I like to upload most of my GIFs to Tumblr, they have a minimum of 500 pixels. So let's bring that down to 500, and that brings us down to 1.6 megs right here. And Tumblr also likes nothing bigger than 2 megs, so this is actually perfect right here, 1.6. Now you can go ahead and play around with the colors, you know, just to give it different looks, or if you're trying to save on space. Obviously you see as you go down different bits of color, you lose the smoothness of that frame. So we're going to go ahead and keep that at 256, and I'm going to play this to preview and see how well that 0.04 did. And that looks pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and save that. And as you can see, I've made some previous GIFs from this particular trailer. I just thought it was really awesome. So this will be number 5. And let's click save, and there you go. So, yep. Hope this was insightful. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. And thanks for watching.